Hello, good evening students. Today's transcription number back of 91 on the speed of 100 words per minute. Start. I should like to ask the Honorable the Railway Minister whether in view of this strong demand made by the people through their representatives in both the Houses of Parliament and in view of the changing economy with which we are faced, he can give us an assurance that he will be able to discharge his obligations and responsibilities and commitments, that he will be able to pay a dividend of 4% and yet he will be able to reduce the freight and fare rates. That is the basic thing. Another important factor which has to be taken into consideration is the development schemes. I wish to submit that there is no new approach in this matter. I find that we are going about in this matter in the same frigid manner, and the aspirations of the people have not at all been taken into consideration. The Honorable Railway Minister will remember that during the budget speeches made on the floor of this House as well as in the other House, there have been incessant demands for the development of the railways. I don't know what he thinks about it and how he thinks that after paying this dividend at 4%, he will be able to meet that demand and he will be able to find a way for the railways to expand their economy as they think it proper, as would meet the demands and aspirations of the people. In this connection, I wish to invite your particular attention to the facts. I will be happy if we could pay even a larger percentage, but the fact is that we must be sure that the railways are, in the present circumstances, in a position to do so and yet discharge their responsibilities and obligations and satisfy the needs and demands of the people, which are legitimate and justified. Now, when we fix the dividend at 4%, what happens is that we also fix that of those projects which are to be considered as remunerative at 5%, because the railways want a margin of 1%. What actually happens is that when we fix it at such a high level, because of this percentage, we find that not many new projects are really taken up, and we have been very seriously disappointed in this matter. I therefore think that in the present circumstances, the railways cannot afford to pay a dividend of 4%. May I ask the railway minister whether it is not a fact that even he has not been able to contribute fully, or even he will fall short by about rupees 60 crores in his contribution towards the plan? Out of the rupees 400 crores that the railways have to contribute, I find from his speech that they are faced with a net shortfall of about rupees 62 crores.